Good day. So for this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to do, or how I like to do patches on Letterman jackets. I had one brought to me this evening and it's really cool. I love it. The student has a ton of patches. I have some have those and I have these over here. So if you notice, this jacket has a lot of fuzz on it. So we gotta prep it, right? How I like to do my Letterman jackets is if it's real fuzzy, like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy how fuzzy this jacket is. If it's really fuzzy, yeah, definitely you wanna kind of like clean it up with a lint roller. Like just really bring it back to black or whatever the base color is. Like this is really fuzzy. Get it really clean. And I know normally people, when there's like patches or you're gonna sew something, you use like your normal pins to do that. With the Letterman jackets, that is a lot harder to do, and you will probably run into a lot of issues where you poke your finger and it just doesn't work. Like the pin will come out because these patches are like, they're so stiff, right? I mean, this is probably one of the softer ones, but there's harder patches than that. So what I like to do is I like to have some liquid, liquid stitch, any kind of sew-on glue. Also, what you want to get, and I haven't grabbed it yet, but I have some like right near me at my disposal, is get some really heavy books. And why is that? Because we're gonna go ahead, oops, I'm sorry, put a generous amount on the back of the patch. Then before you place it down, and I'll show you guys, I'll do it. Maybe put under here, I like to put, you could use parchment paper, wax paper, aluminum foil, a piece of cardboard, because the amount of glue you put on this, it might bleed through. I personally like wax paper just because it's waterproof, right? But anything in between will do in case there's a bleed through of the glue. So once I put the glue down, I have my barrier underneath here, right? So I'll push it down and then I will come back after it's in its right position and I'll put a big book on top of it and I'll leave. So let's say tonight, I'm just gonna do my 2 front halves, right? So I'll show you as I'm doing it. I'm just kind of like walking you through the steps. I'm gonna put my books down on all the patches how I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna let it dry overnight. Because when we go to sew around it later, you wanna make sure that these patches do not shift. I also took a short video after my clients left because the student had placed his patches how he wanted it. So I have a video of how it looks, even in detail, like if he angled one of his patches, I'm gonna angle it too and glue it in that position. It's that way so nothing shifts and it's exactly how the client wants. And then also when you go to handle it, patches aren't flopping around and falling off because they're glued to the jacket. And it makes it so much easier than to try and pin these things. And then so it's so hard because like I said, these patches are so thick. You're just gonna bend and break all your needles. So don't do that. You can even use double stick tape if that's all you have, that works too. I just find it's easier and quicker if I just kind of like slather on glue on the back of the patches, set them down with the book and leave it at that till the next day. So let me go ahead and finish lint rolling this jacket and then we'll get started. Hello. Okay, so I have removed the wax paper that was under here. See how I can like mess with it and the patches don't move? That's why I like gluing them with fabric glue in the first place, because it is like, you will go so crooked. Please listen to me when I say you'll go so crooked if you try and just pin them or say, nah, it's not gonna move. It's gonna start rotating as you go around, and you're gonna lose the symmetry that you were aiming for in the first place. So it's always great to glue it. Now, here's the thing. It's like extra steps, right? So I open this, and now look, I have this pinned, but I'm not pinning the patch. These are my guidelines. Why? Something you have to look out for. If I turn over this side, there's a pocket here. I certainly do not want to sew and cut off the functionality of this pocket. So when I was doing this, I was kind of like poking out, like you can't see here, but I was kind of like poking out like my finger, like here's my thumb is right here. So I put a pin. Oh, see, it already came out. Oh no, the pin's still. So I put a pin here so I know that I can do pretty much all of this up until this point to this pin, and I'm not interfering with the pocket. Now, from here to here, and the pocket extends all the way down here, guess what's in the way? The patches. So from these points on down, I'm gonna have to hand sew these patches. So that's gonna be a time-consuming part. So just keep that in mind if you ever do a Letterman jacket. Like, check the inside and see how many pockets you're gonna have to go around and avoid. There might be some hand sewing involved. You can also try and take the jacket apart so you can sew it but look, I don't want to do that. I feel I have so much more control when I'm doing it by hand, when I'm trying to avoid something. There ain't no way like the manual way, right? But certainly if this is your jacket, you can take this apart, lie it flat, and then do all the machine stitching. But I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just gonna do it by hand, and it'll be just fine. I did check the other side of the jacket, and thank you God, there's no pocket there. So here I can do the entire thing with my machine, and I'm not cutting off any kind of inside pockets or slits, because you definitely don't want to cut off functionality to this jacket. You're just putting a patch on. You don't want to do all that, right? So let me make sure that these are in here, and then I'm going to do a real heavy zigzag stitch over these big ones up until the point, like I said, when I have to do the hand sewing. Then I'll more than likely go and do a whip stitch with that, and I'll try and keep it as neat as possible, so the difference between the whip stitching and my zigzag stitching is not that noticeable or annoying looking. So yeah, just gotta keep it clean, but just a tip. So I was able to fit this part of the sleeve at the beginning in the machine. And this one took a little bit of finessing, but I was able to do the whole rectangle. Yeah, the rectangle. But these two parts, because I cannot open this one up enough to get under here. So from here to here, I have to hand sew it. So I have my white thread. I'm going to start here. I completed the hand sewing on this one. if you can see my whip stitching here, I did it all around that one. I did have to kind of like catch it because again, I can't go through the whole fabric because as I showed you in the beginning, the pocket extends all the way down here. So I did have to like stick my hand from the back and make sure that I'm not catching the inside of the pocket and cutting it off. Sometimes I did, so I'd have to clip it and redo it, but I'm really just, you know, I'm just catching the fleece. So that's what I'm gonna have to do here. Same thing as I was showing when I was, if you saw my first vlog when I was sewing, I think it was like the second vlog where I'm just kind of catching the top layer and not really trying to catch the lining on the inside of the jacket. That's pretty much how I'm doing the whip stitching. Here, there's no pocket, there's no nothing, so I can kind of go a little bit faster and a little bit more nuts as in terms of trying to get speed and trying to sew around it, because I'm not cutting off any functionality from the inside. So I can catch the lining and that's perfectly fine. So I did choose a zigzag stitch. And as I've been messing with it, it did kind of come off the glue. So I'm gonna start with this one so I can make sure it stays put as long as it's holding on while I'm hand sewing it. Because as I was saying, if you go around real quick with the machine, it will start rotating and then you lose your symmetry that your client wants, right? Or that you want. I mean, who wants a lopsided freaking patch on your jacket? So after I hand sew all of this, then we will go to the next sleeve. I will put my 100 pounds of books that I have over here waiting, and we'll just continue. So I did the same thing for the other side of the sleeve. Glue them down, arrange them overnight with the 100 pounds of books. Yeah, same thing. I was only able to fit the first 2 patches in the sleeve under the machine, and the rest I had to sew by hand. But like I was saying, you can go, there's no pocket inside the sleeve, so you can go through all the linings and everything with the hand sewing. I didn't show that because I really was under the wire trying to get this done. But you can see it with the first example of how whip stitching should look. I hope these tips helped you in case you have to do a Letterman jacket of your own. I thank you guys so much for watching and putting up with my videos here during Vlogmas. I appreciate you all. Give this a like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.